All right, let's try this again and see if we're doing any better. I think I figured out what the issue was there. So here we go. I'm going to start over. All right, let's see. Are we working now? Did I figure it out? Is that more better? I see a yay. So hopefully that's more better. I figured out what the problem was. I I forgot I unplugged my Presonus the other day, and I just plugged it back in, and the computer was connected to my Bluetooth speaker in the other room. Oh, so that's why you can hear the dogs and all that stuff. So yeah, now that we got that technical difficulty out of the way, how's everybody doing this evening? How you doing, Chance, Mr. Alpine, Chris, Whitney, Pops? You guys didn't hear me earlier. Miss Jessica, how you guys doing tonight? Hopefully, I don't have to try to send a new link to my guys that I invited on this evening. How you doing, Tony? Surely, hopefully that'll still work. If not, we'll have to take another couple second break while I get that figured out for them. But we should be good to go, I think. But anyways, I was proceeding to tell everybody how I was in a pretty decent mood. It's Shannon and I's wedding anniversary today, so pretty good day. It's been hot. Sun's been out. What's going on, Joe? Tony, Mr. Chance. Gotta get my monster. Gotta have my wings. What's going on, Mr. Matt? I'm a I'm doing pretty good, Tony. Pretty good. Thank you, thank you. Doing pretty good. So I know I think Shannon made a post a little bit earlier. We're gonna have Mr. Clifford and Irvin on again. Uh talk about some sound quality stuff. Just bat that around. Yeah, sorry, Jeffrey. I had my microphone situation kind of screwed up, so I started it over. So, but yes, this is live now. Almost. You got here when it first started, Chance. Way to go, brother. I'm not sure, Whitney. I don't know the answer to that one. I can have a better idea in just a second. Let's see. Da 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 da. Uh, I suppose that could be a possibility, depending on what the end of the month ends up shaping up like. And what about SPL, Jessica? Jeffrey, we'll get to that as soon as I get Mr. Irvin and Clifford on here, but we can get to that. It's still hard to hear me. Is that any better? How about now? It should got a little bit easier to hear me, hopefully. Okay. All right. Well, so if you, I think I can get into some of this. Um, I was really hoping to wait until Clifford and them got on here so we can maybe get a little bit more in depth, answers. Um, but if you look at the MECA score sheet, it's always 80 to 115 dB. It's right there on the score sheet. So that listening level could vary. But that's just my simple answer for that one. What's going on, Landon? How you doing, buddy? I don't I don't necessarily know. I mean, yeah, we can discuss rules. I mean, basically just SQL in general. What's going on, Jeff? What's up, girl? I'm doing pretty good. Anybody getting stuff together for a show this weekend? We got some shows coming this weekend. Quite a few of them. We just added one to the calendar in Florida. SQ in the port. It's going to be a SQ only event, a 2X in Port St. Lucie, Florida, Saturday, July the 8th. So all you SQ guys in the area there, I think Tony P is going to be there doing the thing. Check it out. Information should be up on the web page on the event schedule, mecacaraudio.com. Make sure you get down there and check those guys out. We got SPL Sleepover on Saturday coming up in Bogstown, Indiana. We got our Fat Farm show coming up July 8th, Saturday. That'll be a 2X. Both of these events are 2-day things. So Sunday, the sleepover will be a 3X event at Bogstown, Indiana. And then the second day of Fat Farm will be Sunday the 9th there in Russellville, Kentucky. And then I think rounding it out, we have another SQ show going on in Michigan at Only Tents. It's going to be a 2X there in Niles, Michigan. So 2 good SQ events going on this weekend. Get out there, get your points. And then we got the back-to-backers there, the 2 events, one in Russellville, one in Bogstown, Indiana. What's going on, Charlie? I think that Man, I want to come back to these questions because I think I have. I mean, I really do feel like I have answers, but I wanted to. Where's Irvin or where's Clifford? What time's Clifford coming, Shannon? What's going on, Charlie? Lucas? Mr. Top? Okay, so it won't be too much longer. We do separate shows. We do separate shows quite often, Jeffrey. But at a lot of times we just like to offer them together. That way, everybody has the same opportunity to get their points for finals and things of that nature. Also, some venues that have the right spacing, make it work okay. Others don't, but um, you know, we mix it up a little bit here and there. So, you know, I think that there's a place for both of us, even at the same. I guess really at the end of the day, I'm not much for divide. I think that we all should. I think that what everybody does is pretty cool. So, I mean, it might not always be somebody else's cup of tea or what somebody else is into, but um, I like to try to make them coexist, but I also know there's a lot of times where you have to get them done separately. So I mean, we do a little bit of both. Um, I know most of Ohio events right now, they're all, pretty much offered together at the same time. Um, but we also usually at least at most of our events, we usually try to get SQ done before noon. It doesn't always happen that way. And or we like to try to have sound quality not in a place where the systems are 50 yards away. But again, sometimes logistics don't work out that way, I suppose. What's going on, Charlie? Oh, I don't I mean, you're probably not wrong, Jeffrey. You know, you're probably not wrong. And don't we all need to test? What's going on, Bing? Those would be things that I would maybe talk to Mr. Sydney about, Jeff. I've been to the venue several times. It's been a MECA staple. Um, you know, I know the lay of the land a little bit. I understand what you're saying, but that'd be something we'd have to go over with the director there in Ohio. Okay, so I do think, Robert, there should be some stuff in the rule book on this. But unfortunately, I do think that you have to earn at least 30 points at an event, is the way it's in there right this second. I'll have to do let me read on that. I don't want to say the wrong information. I'm pretty confident I know what it says, but I'd like to read that and get with you on that. Um, Finals is going to be in Louisville, Kentucky at the Louisville Fair and Expo Center on December 2nd and 3rd. They did move the dates. That's not really something we wanted to do, but our hands were kind of tied with that. So that's what it is at this point. So December 2nd to 3rd at the Louisville Fair and Expo Center. And I'll do some reading and shoot you a message there, Robert. What's going on, Ashley? And yeah, Jeff, if you want to reach out to him, I have no problem with that, and I'm sure he'll try to take care of you. What's going on, Bill? Are you asking me about finals, Jeffrey? And Jessica? Yes. Okay. So yes, it is indoors. We got the West Wing Pavilion, which is where we'll have SQ set up, and probably some overflow parking. But that the West Wing Pavilion is 75,000 square feet. We shouldn't run out of space. It's all inside. That's where the sound quality guys will be set up. The SPL portion will be in Broadbent Arena, which is an arena that's kind of adjacent to the West Wing Pavilion. And it's like 44,000 square feet. So we should have plenty of space. It's going to be inside. I know where we do sound pressure, we'll probably end up having the indoors open because cars running and things like that. But uh, there will be power available for finals. Yes. Um, I'm not sure how we're going to handle it just yet 100%, but that's when our web team comes back from vacation here in a few days. That's going to be one of the first things we start working on is some finals things. So I should be able to give you a better answer about the power situation and things like that in the next week or two, hopefully. Yeah, because I don't think we've decided whether we're going to let the expo center handle that, or if I'm just going to take it up front and charge everybody. I don't know. We haven't really decided how we're going to handle the power yet. So couple more things to hammer out there. What's going on, Nathan, Carmelo, Mr. Terry? Um, we could possibly talk about that. G off. Uh, Devin, 45 points, correct. What's going on, Mr. Terry Adams? Yeah, you're right about that, Jeffrey. So I mean, yeah, we will definitely have power available. We just have to sort out how we're handling it. But it will be available. We'll see you there, Devin. Interested to see what you got, man. Well, is my link not working? I'm not seeing them. So I know I think Tony's in here. And let's see. And I seen Jeffrey asked a couple questions earlier, and I'd like to get to them, but I don't know. I guess give me a few more minutes. Got me. I'm over here anxious. No inappropriate pictures, G off. None of that. None of that, sir. I know they said between 8:20 and 8:30, so we'll give it a few more minutes here. I'm pretty sure it is, Bill. What else we got going on? Told you guys about the shows. Any of you guys that weren't here when I talked about them a little bit earlier, we got 5 events coming this weekend. Check out the full event calendar at mecacaraudio.com. You get the full event schedule there. We got 3 shows coming up on the 8th. We've got a SQ show down in Florida. It's going to be a 2X in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I just kind of go over these again real quick. If you guys need more information, head on over to the website. Check them out. All the information should be there on the event calendar page. Just follow the links and you'll get the info for the shows. We got a Fat Farm coming this weekend down in Russellville, Kentucky. We got a SPL sleepover coming this weekend there in Bogstown. And again, those are 2-day events there, the Fat Farm and the sleepover. So they'll be Saturday and Sunday at the Fat Farm, Saturday and Sunday at the sleepover there at the Walnut Grove Campground in Bogstown. And then rounding it out, we've got a SQ show there in Michigan and Niles at Only Tents, SQ only event. So check those out this weekend. What's going on, Mr. Bush? How you been, man? They do. That's why I'm still trying to figure out how I'm handling it, Bill. What's going on, Miss Denise? Busy. I hear that. What's going on, Steven? How you guys doing? Well, what's going on, Mr. DeClue? I hear that, Denise. We're doing pretty good. I hope you're doing well also. Getting ready for the 15th, the show on the 15th. There you go. Out there in New Mexico. Keep on watering it, man. Got him a show coming in the 15th. 10 days off. There you go. Where you at, Lucas? Well, I look forward to seeing what you got. I think we might end up being at that event, so we'll catch up with you if we end up coming out, Denise. I appreciate that, Mr. DeClue. So you're in Illinois, Lucas. So, man, shoot us a private message or give us a call or something like that. And I don't know, maybe we can figure something out. What's going on, Miguel? Uh, does MECA have extreme classes? Yes, we do. Our extreme classes are metered in the floor. Uh, we have one extreme class that's basically like, your traditional extreme class with nothing going on. Um, there's not a whole lot of rules to it at all. So we have kind of like a no holds barred extreme class, and then you know, we have kit classes for walls and all kinds of stuff. So yes, we do have extreme class. What will we see? Let's see. That'll just have to. I see your question here, Jeffrey. Uh, Being back at SVR next year, that'll just have to wait to be seen, I suppose. I'm not gonna say I'm with it or against it or any of that because we wouldn't mind being a part of it. So maybe next time I'll get in touch with Larry a little bit quicker and we'll figure something out. I don't know, but uh, it's a possibility. Oh, there's Mr. Clifford. I appreciate that, Lucas. We try. We don't always get it right, but we try to. So I appreciate that. And, we're always looking for people to, help us plant those seeds or anything. Shannon and myself are willing to come out to most places if we need to and get it going. So, any of you guys are in an area where we don't already have judges or have a judge team, feel free to reach out to us and maybe we'll get it. Uh, Maybe we'll see what we can get going. Well, I thought I had him. He was here and he left. That's my Bud Bonics. I hear that, Brian. It's usually a pretty good show. I know for sure that we'll be there. I think Friday and Saturday. Um, I know we got to bring the trophies and stuff up there, so we plan on coming up. And I think I got Mr. Clifford in here now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him on because I am going to be cutting off right at 9 o'clock because I'm gonna take Shannon to dinner before it gets too late here. I'll let y'all hold up my dinner plans, but I'm gonna go ahead and get Clifford on here, and I'll see if we can come back to Mr. Jeffrey's questions there after we get him going. All right, I think we got you on here now, Mr. Clifford. How you doing tonight?
Hi guys, good evening, good evening. Just driving. So my apologies for not coming on time, but and guys, thank you all for having me this afternoon once more. Did you all hear me?
What I can hear you.
All right, great. So what's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. It looked like I had a couple questions earlier here. I'm trying to get back to them. See if I can. So this was one of them. I don't know. Can you see that one, Clifford?
Hold on.
Oh, you're driving. Shoot.
Yeah, could you read it out for me, bud, please?
Yeah. So it says we need to talk about consistency in judging. We need to know what the judges want, and some shows are judged differently than others.
Could could this person explain what they mean by judge differently? Because that's something serious to me.
I think I found the first one there, Jeffrey. I think.
What? But was it Jeffrey that asked the question?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
so
so I think he followed that with this, the volume level.
oh, um, is it if we're talking the volume level, then that is something that we need to understand that it is empirical. It is important that every competitor, when the judge comes to you to go into your car, one of the requirements that we ask is what is the max output or volume that we could go to, and you would say, now I parked on the side of the road because I need to talk. um, you need to say what is your max volume. So at the end of the day, every competitor has the right to say what level they should be judged at. Now, that level does not mean that you're going to score lower or higher. What it means is this is the level that we would be listening to as your max level. That does not mean that we will listen to the entire period at that level, because there, according to our score sheet, according to the rules, we listen and we listen for linearity, and that gives us we listen from 80 dBs and we go straight up to 115, right? And the rule book says that. But the scores would dictate that, would identify to that when you get it. And when you look at the score sheet in terms of your scores, it will definitely be identified there that um, the system is very linear at the lower levels. If you go at higher levels, we will only go up to here, which is what would be your max volume. So I don't think it's judged differently. I think that we just need to be open as competitors, and the judges will definitely ask that, because that's a requirement. That is a standard that we do. When we come to you, we ask you a couple questions. Is the seat in the correct position? One, could you identify any special features or anything on the head unit? Because I need to operate it. You will show me those. And then the other one would be, um, what is the max volume I could go to in this system? I don't
Okay. So it looked like he said, I don't know if you ended up answering him later throughout your statement there, but he said this after some of what you were saying. So he's saying judges are deducting points for people that can only reach 90 dB.
know. Um, I really don't think that happens. I really don't think that happens. It doesn't happen with us. We have not. We during our little period here, and well, the guys that we spoke to, but you as well. That is not something that we ask people to do. That is not part of our training, is it?
Not that I know
Exactly.
of. I do know that. I do know that looking at the score sheet, the way I look at the score sheet, if they can't go above 90 dB, then you can't judge linearity above 90 dB. So therefore, you should lose
At
points.
the high levels. Agreed?
Correct. Well, yeah, that's the way. That's just me saying, like the way the score sheet
And the
looks.
rule book says just
You,
that.
right. Okay. So that was kind of how I was kind of going to answer it earlier. I just wanted to make sure we could get it right. And
Yeah.
so I waited till you got here to answer that one. But
I um I hope
let's see
I
here.
hope the question was answered. I see Tony's on as well. Hi Tony.
I'm trying to catch up here.
Jeffrey, was the question answered? He's up there. So if the system cannot go above 90 linearity cannot be properly.
He said this.
And Jeffrey, you I think you're there, but if the system cannot go above 90 dB, then it does not mean that. Let me get back that. Hold on 1 second, guys. Linearity cannot be properly judged. It cannot be properly judged at the high level. That's it. But tonality, imaging, um, realism, everything is judged accurately, even up to 90 dB. But there's that factor in chord that needs to go higher because of the format that MECA has, and they have used this for as long as I can remember. But could you confirm that with me?
Do what
I
now?
think
I'm sorry. I'm trying to
uh,
catch up. Sorry to what they're
right.
saying. What they're saying.
I hear that.
Um, but
But
yeah,
mhm,
I think what you're saying is essentially that it can cost you points, but it's not. It shouldn't be deducted in areas where it shouldn't be.
right. So for linearity, we have a low linearity, a low level linearity, and a high level linearity score. It's out of 5, I believe, right? And if you do it excellently at the low level, then you will score high. And if you didn't do it properly for the high level, then you will score low on the linearity component of it. It's just what the score sheet says, and it's just what is the requirement. So if you're thinking that you lose points in linearity alone, then I would say yes to you.
Okay. Did that help answer what you were asking, Jeffrey? What's going on, Mike Smith?
Jeffrey says
Um,
he's going for his score sheet.
okay. Yes, we're gonna try to have something together there, Devin. Hopefully here soon.
And you're right, Christopher. You're right. Some of the tracks we listen at that 85, 90 dB um, um, for almost the entire listening session. However, there are tracks that we go into the impact and linearity and that kind of thing, and we raise the volume to your max and bring it back down, and we do that test. So you're right. Oh, here Tony.
I carry a handheld meter sometimes, Matt, but not all the time.
Right.
And it I don't know. Um so that's that one, but I think you're probably fairly correct on that. Because we that's not something that we necessarily require. But I did end up getting a couple and start using them. And to be honest with you, uh, I don't know if I don't know if some people know how loud 90 dB really is, but that's just
A rule of thumb is if you sit in a vehicle and you're talking in the quiet of the vehicle and you're just literally talking to each other very casually without being loud, just normal conversation, that is considered to be 80 dB. Yeah, that's a rule of thumb.
no, that's 60. But that's just the truth. Average human conversation is 60.
Yeah, but as I say,
So 90 dB off of a car is a lot louder than people think it is without the subwoofer
right.
playing pretty
Yeah,
good. But and that's why I bought one of those handheld meters, and that's why I listen to it loud, because it takes a lot more than people think to make those things say 85 or 90.
yeah. Um,
Um,
Tony said,
you know,
Tony um made a statement here that everything is in the rule book. Yes, and that we follow is what we follow, and there are peaks and dynamics in the trucks. But the rule book also says that do not go above 115, which um, is pretty loud. In most cases, we may not reach there. In some cases, we not reach it. Is that a date set for the near finals final truck?
how what?
So
I don't know if I understand that question, but I would think mixed car plays over 90 dB pretty easy myself too. Let's see. I don't know if I understand 100% what you're asking there, Jessica, because I don't know of any sound quality judges that compete in sound quality. But sound quality people or judges can compete in sound pressure and vice versa, and they could compete if they're not the one doing the judging, I suppose.
let me just give that as an example, Bud. In Trinidad and Tobago, the judges are myself and Irvin, and we also have another guy that his name is Enrique. All three of us have sound quality systems, but we are not allowed to compete in Trinidad and Tobago because we don't have independent judges. When I say independent, I mean judges from a different state that is not part of the team in Trinidad and Tobago. So therefore, if my vehicle is to be judged in MECA or from a MECA judge, it would have to be from somebody else, not within my team. So therefore, we compete, but we compete with other associations, but we don't compete with MECA because we cannot judge our own vehicle. So that just applies to what Bud just said.
Let's see here. I think I'm catching up a little bit. Not yet, but it shouldn't be long, Miguel. So yes. And then Jeffrey said that. I mean, I don't know that they necessarily get a straight zero, but do you see what he's saying there?
Um, for the purpose, but who or here from Jeffrey. Okay, I'm back. So if someone's system cannot achieve 95 to 100, they will score zero. Alrighty. Um, I have never given somebody zero for linearity at 90 to 115. Um, um, so I don't think zero is the score for that. I've never seen zero on a score sheet for any of the categories. Tony can help me with that, but I don't think that was there. Is it just a question, Jeffrey, or this happened to you?
I'm trying to get everybody here. I know we're kind of going back and forth. Chris Anderson, I'm gonna kind of disagree with that, but I think I know what you're trying to say. Because 80 dB is 80 dB. It doesn't matter how much deadener you got. 95 dBs, 95 dB. But I think what you're trying to say is that it can sound louder uh, because it's more crisp, or I don't know the exact right word to use, but I think I know what you're trying to convey. But I believe, yes, it might be easier for the deadened car to reach 80 dB, but if we're at 80 dB, we're at 80 dB.
On the squad.
And let's see.
62 from Bell and 67.
What's going on,
It is
Ashley?
really wide.
Okay. So yeah, that part I can get with you, and I understand what you're saying, but also I would say that quite a few of us are still kind of in the learning stage, and I'm not saying that either one, that any of them's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying that I think that everybody's trying to do the best to judge based off what they hear, and also some are still kind of we're still in a learning process. So I do expect that we will see some of that from time to time, until we can get more than just 3 to 5 judges that are
Between 1 and 3 points different. 1 and 2 points. Yeah.
correct.
And I think that's it.
So I mean, I think that's just going to take time.
Yes, and I think we're on the right track. We are on the right track, Jeffrey. And I think the thing about it is the more that we 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 listen together, the more we score together, and we understand the scoring better and better. Is this will only improve, and this that situation there with the 15 points difference. It, I think that we are working on that being very much ironed out.
I want to I want to I want to answer Jessica here real quick. So sound pressure level or decibel not change. It does not matter if it's called sound quality or sound pressure. A dB level is a dB level is a dB level. So it's not different when we're talking about the level of how loud it is. Um, 80 dB is 80 dB is 80 dB.
Straight off.
So um that those two things are exactly the same. It doesn't matter which side of the field we're on. The level of that sound that it's only it is what it is basically the way I kind of see that part of it. But I do understand. I do think I understand what you're saying about Deadner because I mean we experienced that same things in sound pressure. I mean, how do you think you take a car and make it do 155 on less than 500 watts? Well, you do it with Deadner, but it's still 155 dB. It's not 155 dB because of Deadner. It's 155 dB, or it's 80 dB. I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but that's kind of my 2 cents on the volume level or the loudness thing. What's going on, Mr. Audio Sellers?
Good night, everybody.
What's going
Still up
on,
late, so I'm a bit late.
Irvin?
Hey, Evan.
Yeah.
Um,
Jeffrey, good night, sir. How are you?
uh,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing Mick with a question here,
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
right?
Trying
And
to ask you to help one.
he's talking. He's saying to use pink noise to set the volume level um, in the vehicles. And Mick, um, there are some adjustments that not I say adjustments. We have used what we have presently as the rules and regulations, which we did not change for this year, and no changes were made to it, and from last year. So there are things that we know that needs tweaking a bit because we are here to improve and to get better. So even these things we will be looking at. I believe we will be looking at going forward. But in general, we do similarly to what Bud does. You could walk with the meter, and we use one of the tracks to do that. And I understand the position that you're saying with the subwoofer tuned lower and all those things, but it's we have been using this for the as I say for the past years, and as I say, tweaking will come, but we are just here to understand and to get things better, just like everything else. Bud, anything?
No, I think you said most of that pretty good. I think. And hopefully that answered him. I do see where he said something about the bonus tracks, and the judges can still use those, but since we're dealing with a lot of newer judges right this second, we're just trying to keep it keep it simple and get everybody going. I know that we have talked, like Tony said right here. I think we've all discussed this a little bit. So I would expect for us to maybe be revamping some of those things, depending on, uh, what all it takes to get some of it done. But I do think that we will be going over some of those things.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Bud, I think I'm happy that all these questions are coming this evening. I'm feeling very excited about it. And the reason for that is the more questions we have, the more realistic questions, the more um, questions that guides us into improving and getting better. These are the ones that we will look at, and I guess conversations and experiments will take place and improvements will come. Yes.
For sure.
Yep.
Eh,
So
I
Mech,
don't know. I don't know if that's right or wrong, Chris. You probably know that though. So, um, I mean, I could see that being correct just based off of what I know about it. But, um, so I don't know. Do you guys have anything to add to that question there? Because I know he was the one we were talking about Deadner with and the volume level, and I mean,
To be
uh,
honest, Dedna, I won't say that it cannot be achieved with an improper sound deadening curve. It depends on the vehicle and the design of the system. Because there are vehicles that have minimal deadener that work really well. One of our competitors, that is the Vindra. The Vindra, right, just scored, I think he scored at 83, 83, and he
yeah,
has zero deadener on his doors. Zero deadener. Yes, he does have some panel noise, but it still it basically says the total opposite of what that statement said that it cannot be achieved. Yes, it can be. Another example is Nathan.
yeah,
Nathan's vehicle has zero deadener. Zero
zero,
deadener.
zero.
Yeah. So I won't say that you cannot achieve it without properly sound deadener. There are pros and cons to deadener. Because just like SPL, if you if you do uh, if you do too much deadener, sometimes you could lose SPL, right? If you deaden the wrong places, you can actually lose SPL rather than gain. So it's quite controversial in that aspect. And factory data, no, those vehicles are very limited. They are basic Toyota and basic Suzuki. They really don't have much factory data.
okay.
I'm still at work, so sorry about the late appearance, guys. And you can probably see my shop in the background. I'm still at the store trying to get some stuff done.
Uh, that was
Je-
just a comment, I think, more than a question.
I think Jeffrey was saying something about also the if we set the volume level with a pink noise, then the mecha disc generally is recorded a bit lower.
Well, you
Uh,
have things as recorded at 0 dB, -3, and -5.
correct.
So there are different levels of pink noise. So you can't just say if it's set with pink noise. You can use a -3 or -5 um, track, which would basically be able to match the tantric tune in this, and that will bring you to the same level. So that is just how to put it, a minor fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we get to everybody there? Was there any other questions? Did I miss any? I know I was scrolling through there, so if I missed you, please ask us again. I didn't mean to. Um,
Yeah.
I know we talked a little earlier that we were going to touch on, maybe seat position and things like that, but it looks like we got a pretty good conversation. So let's see. He said,
I'm late any
"Oh,
parts
that was the wrong one."
stuff for volume level.
A level of pink noise records if it's on the MECA disc and the volume has been normalized across the disc. Fine.
I was sitting
Yes, that is correct, Jeffrey. Jeffrey is 100% correct.
right on my passenger. I was sitting right by my passenger door when I was being judged and yet there's no way.
Battery is to die.
So I know I've seen a couple people saying some things about slam, and
Yeah.
so I let I let Jason judge at slam because he went through the training last year. He's learned the rule book fairly decent, and I just wanted to see how he would do on his own. And so I let him do that. I accept that. That's on me. But we learned what we needed to learn from it, and I think that we'll get better from it. So hopefully, you guys as competitors can understand that. I'm trying to build some judges so that you guys can get some decent feedback regardless of where you go, and that's going to take me time, and it's going to take us allowing these people to learn those skills um in some cases. So the regular shows and things like that, it might not always be 100% a top tier judge, but don't worry when it comes to finals and things like that. We'll make sure we're on our p's and q's. But I just wanted to kind of go over that. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just telling it how it is.
But that's one thing I appreciate about you. You're always so honest, and I think I have to give you a lot of credit for that. Very honest.
Straight up.
Yeah, Jason's great with people. I love him, and like I said, I think we can take some of those things and learn from it. I didn't think he did bad. I just know I saw some stuff over there, so I just kind of wanted to, you know, maybe alleviate that for you guys.
Yeah. Guys, I want to also say something here that, you know, that's the fact that Bud has asked us here. He has asked Tony to join in so many times, and we are having conversations like this. You know what it means? It means that we care about song quality. It means that we want it to get better. It means that we are able to answer your questions, and we are trying our best to make it better. And we can't just change the rule books immediately because we have a whole year to complete. But I know that um, we have a fantastic team, Bud, Shannon, Tony, and we're here as well to lend all the experience and whatever we have to put on the table to make this better. And we have a lot of judges, quite a few judges that are doing their best and they are hearing properly. And there's just small minor things that just needs to be, you know, that you all are talking about. But I think all in all, we are doing great.
Yeah, I believe so too.
All right, so I guess I will go here. I think we got maybe one more question here. This is a question, I think, and after we get done with this one, we'll kind of sign out here because, like I said, I'm gonna take Shannon to dinner for our anniversary. But
Oh,
uh,
nice.
Happy
Happy
anniversary, guys.
happy
thank
anniversary.
you.
So, um, okay, at one level, okay, here's what, right? Mecha song quality is based on live music. Live music is never played at one level. If you were to stand in front of a live band, you will notice that that band goes from low to high, sometimes within a mid range. Then they would start to go up, they'll start to go down. A drum kit has a wide range. Live music is very dynamic. And for that reason, listening to live reproductions and trying to do a live reproduction at 80 dB is almost impossible because you can't reproduce a drum kit at 80 dB. A real live drum kit at 80 dB. You can't really say that it's going to be a live reproduction or based on live music if it's only at 80 dB. No, it can't. It needs to move you. That music needs to move you. You need to feel that rhythm. You need to feel that music, not
And
just
and
get at
and
80
that's
dB.
and that's where ambience come in, right?
That's right. That's where ambience, realism, that's where
And then
all those things come in. Because you can't tell me a snare or a kick drum at 80 dB going all out and tell me that's realistic. It's not. It just isn't. You can't be
and,
hammering at a kick drum and it's at 80 dB. It just does not happen. It just does not.
and it goes back to what Tony said, what he sent a message via text just now. And he said that it's very dynamic. The tracks are dynamic and with peaks as well. So that's exactly what Irvin says, but it's the same thing. So I believe that we're all saying the same thing. However, um, yeah, we're here to learn. We're here to get better. That's all.
I agree with that. Oh, let's see. I'll let Irvin back in here for a second. Let's
Yeah.
see. Thank
Yeah. Connection just dropped. My battery is almost dead also.
everybody for the happy anniversary. Achieve the live output levels. It would be what? Okay. I mean, I guess maybe that can make some sense.
Yes, that is correct, Jeffrey. Clifford, that's the guy I was telling you about. His
Right.
vehicle. Yeah, this is the guy that did the Hotel California reproduction that I told you about.
Oh,
Yeah, really
hopefully,
nice, really cool guy.
hopefully I hear it in September.
Yeah, hopefully we meet him at finals. Yeah,
Yeah, we are working on something for September there at the 4X in Indiana there in September. I know we're working on a few other things, so hopefully as we get some things hammered out here, we'll make some announcements about that show. I know Shannon's been doing a few things behind the scene on that one, so maybe we'll have a couple other things going on there. Hopefully, so still got to hammer all that out. But I know you guys are planning on coming in December for finals for sure and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to pushing the ball forward some more. And I appreciate everybody for coming on with me tonight. Clifford, Irvin, thank you guys. All you guys, the SQ guys that got on here and interacted with us and
Really appreciate
gave us your opinions and feedback. We appreciate that, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah,
So, you know, anything that can help us improve, that's what we're here to try to do.
for sure.
for
And I'm
sure.
sure we'll see a lot of you guys again next Wednesday. And again, like I said the last time, we're going to start trying to have the sound quality guys on here at least once or twice a month and talk sound quality with you guys just to kind of spread it out a little bit and have some folks with some knowledge about your side of the club to help you guys out.
Yeah.
And again, I appreciate it, Clifford, Irvin, everybody watching tonight. Thank you. Did you guys have anything else to add before we sign out here?
Simply, I really appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate the conversations that we had, and I appreciate everyone for even joining on, and I hope that you could even spread the word that we're having a good time. Questions are being answered, and queries are being dealt with. So thank you all so much. Dayton, good night.
Hey, good night, good night. What's up? I want to say one thing, and it's a simple message, guys. Help the person next to you. If you can help them, get them better. The more knowledge you spread, is the better you're gonna be at the end of the day. And we need to do more of that. I think it's something that we need to do, and it's something that will go a long way. All right, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks, Irvin.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, Irvin, Clifford, all you
Hey.
guys watching. Keep it loud and clear, Mecha heads.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
All
All
right.
right, guys.